A YouTuber just did something the biggest AI companies on earth would never let you do. He gave away the entire thing for free and made it run on your computer instead of on his servers. The YouTuber is PewDiePie, 110 million subscribers. And the project is called Odysseus, a private AI workspace that runs completely on your own hardware. No subscription, no cloud, no company quietly reading what you type. He dropped it on May 31st, and within 48 hours, it had over 30,000 stars on GitHub. The internet lost its mind. But here is the thing, I actually installed it, and I read exactly what it does. And there are four things the viral posts are conveniently not telling you. What is genuinely brilliant? What is quietly borrowed from other people? What will wreck your Mac if you trust the hype? And the scam that is already riding its name. By the end, you will know precisely what is real and exactly how to run it yourself. Let us get into it. First, the obvious question, is this actually him or just a fan using his name? And it matters because the whole story rests on it. Yes, it is really Felix Kjellberg. He announced it himself on his own channel in a video literally titled, "My $1 trillion project is finally out." And this did not come out of nowhere. For the last year, PewDiePie has been on a very public journey of big tech. He scrubbed Google from his life. He installed Linux. He built a custom machine stuffed with modified graphics cards just to run AI models at home. He even named that machine Odysseus after rereading Homer. So when he says, and I quote, "The war on big tech has just begun," this is not a publicity stunt. It is the natural next move for a guy who decided he would rather own his tools than rent them. Verdict on the origin story. Real. So, what is Odysseus really? Forget the feature list for a second, because everyone online is just copying and pasting the same 8 bullet points. Here is the actual idea. Almost every AI you use, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, lives on somebody else's computer. You rent it. You send them your most private thoughts, and you trust them to behave. Odysseus flips that completely. It is one clean workspace that sits on your machine and keeps everything local. You can chat with open models running on your own hardware or plug in an AI you already pay for. It runs agents that use real tools, your files, your terminal, the web. It does deep research and writes you a report. It triages your email. It keeps a memory across sessions. It even runs a private calendar. The pitch is not, "Here is a prettier chat box." The pitch is, "Here is your entire AI life, and nobody else gets to watch." That part is genuinely a big deal. Now, let me show you the one piece that actually impressed me, because it is the part most home AI setups completely skip. They call it the cookbook. Here is the problem it solves. If you have ever tried to run an AI model on your own computer, you have hit the wall. Which model? Will it even fit in my memory? Which version? What settings? Most people quit right there. Odysseus scans your actual hardware. It looks at your graphics card and how much memory it has. Then it scores models on quality, on speed, and on whether they will genuinely fit your machine, right down to choosing the compressed version that runs best on your card. And then it is basically one click to download it and run it. That hardware layer, matching the model to the metal, is the thing that turns local AI from a frustrating weekend project into something a normal person can actually use. Verdict. Real, and honestly, the best part of the whole thing. Okay, reality check number one. And this is where the honesty starts. Because honesty is the only thing that separates this channel from the hype machine. A lot of the headline magic in Odysseus is not actually built from scratch. That clever hardware scoring I just praised. It is powered by a separate open source tool called llmfit. The deep research feature. It is adapted from a research project by Alibaba, the agent that runs your tools. It is built on an existing project called opencode. Now, before anyone panics, this is not stealing, and it is not even hidden. PewDiePie credits every one of these right in the documentation. This is how great open source works. You stand on other people's shoulders, but you deserve the truth. Odysseus is less a brand new engine and more a really well assembled dashboard that wires the best free tools into one clean experience. Verdict: real, but it is mostly brilliant assembly, not brand new invention. Reality check number 2, and this one will save Mac owners a lot of pain. Every viral post says the same two things: Docker in one command, and works on Apple Silicon with full graphics acceleration. Both are true. They are just not true at the same time. Here is the trap. When you run Odysseus inside Docker on a Mac, Docker cannot reach your Mac's graphics chip at all. So that beautiful cookbook feature, the one that serves models fast on your GPU, simply will not use it. To actually get graphics acceleration on an Apple machine, you have to skip Docker and run it the native way with a separate startup script. The project's own documentation says this plainly. The viral posts just leave it out. Verdict: half true, with a footnote that really matters if you own a Mac. Reality check number 3. This is the one I genuinely want you to hear. Odysseus is powerful precisely because it can touch everything. It has access to your terminal. It can read and write your files. It can log into your email. It holds your AI keys. The project's own security notes say it out loud. Treat this like an admin console. Some critics have called the code rushed, even vibe coded. There is an open thread on GitHub where someone literally asked, "Is there a virus in here?" The honest read is that this is a fast moving, hobby grade version 1. So if you run it, follow 2 rules. Keep the password protection switched on, and never, ever expose it directly to the open internet. Used carefully on your own machine, it is a brilliant tool. Used carelessly, it is a loaded gun pointed at your own data. Verdict: powerful, which is exactly why it is also risky. Reality check number 4, and this one is quick but important. The moment this blew up, scammers did what scammers always do. There is now a crypto coin floating around called $Odysseus, pretending to be connected to the project. It is not. Let me be completely clear. PewDiePie's Odysseus is free open source software. There is no coin, there is no token, there is no investment. Anyone selling you one is trying to take your money. The real project costs exactly $0 and it lives on GitHub. If you see the coin, run. Verdict: pure scam. Avoid it. So, the practical question: can you actually run this, and should you? Here is the honest decision tree. If you have a recent gaming PC with a strong graphics card, then yes, you are the target user. And the cookbook will happily run real models locally for free. If you are on a modern Apple Silicon Mac, you can run it too. But remember, go native, not Docker, if you want to use your chip. And if you are on a basic laptop with no real graphics card, you can still use Odysseus. You just point it at an AI you already pay for, like an OpenAI or an OpenRouter key, and let it be your private dashboard instead of your engine. Installing it is close to the promise. You clone it, you run one Docker command, and it opens in your browser. That is genuinely it. The honest summary. The more serious your hardware, the more magic you unlock. And I put the exact setup steps, plus a model to hardware cheat sheet, into a free guide. More on that in a moment. Now, zoom out because this is so much bigger than one project. Think about what just happened. A single creator with no AI lab, no $1 billion, and no giant data center shipped a private assistant that does a lot of what the giants charge you every single month for. And then he gave it away. That is the real story. The tools to own your own AI, instead of renting your mind from a mega corporation, are now free and they are getting genuinely good. You do not need permission. You do not need a subscription. And you do not need to hand your private life to a company that treats it as training data. The technology that used to live behind a paywall is quietly moving onto your desk. PewDiePie did not just release an app, he handed millions of curious people a reason to finally ask, why am I renting this at all? Let us bring it home. PewDiePie's Odysseus is real, and the origin story checks out. The hardware cookbook is the genuinely brilliant part. A lot of the rest is smart assembly of existing open source, openly credited. On a Mac, skip Docker if you want your graphics chip. Treat the whole thing like an admin console and keep it off the open internet. And that dollar Odysseus coin is a scam. Full stop. The bigger picture. Owning your AI instead of renting it just went mainstream. And a guy who makes funny videos is the one who proved it. I packed the honest setup steps, the model to hardware cheat sheet, and the security checklist into one free guide so you can run this safely tonight. Comment the word Odysseus and I will send it straight to you. The deep dives live here on YouTube, so subscribe. And the bite size AI drops are on Instagram at Hyper Automation Labs. Now stop renting your mind. Go own it.